ho, ho, week 16. We're recording live on Christmas Eve. Have a holly jolly family time, everyone. Rock, how you been?
Been pretty good. Not doing real well on my football picking, but, it comes and it goes.
Yeah,
Well, let's get going.
Peaks and troughs, everyone. Let's start this game off with tomorrow's game. Minnesota is going to see New Orleans. Minnesota's not been hot, and New Orleans has been. I think New Orleans is going to win this game and cover the 7, Rock. What do you think?
I'm going to agree with that, although Minnesota, yes, because that receiver and the running back are probably not playing. They've lost their last two, and they really missed Stephon Diggs. With the impact that he's made on Buffalo has been fabulous.
Thielen's good, but he can't carry the team. Their rookie's been pretty impressive, but I think they have room to grow.
I agree.
All right, the next game, Tampa Bay Bucks are going to see the Lions. The Lions, their season's over. Tampa Bay, they started slow, but they had a really great comeback last week to go ahead and get that win. I like Tampa Bay, but I like them more in the second half. I think they're going to win this game. I think Tom in the Dome, he's going to like that at this time of year. You know, he's getting a little older, so I like Tampa Bay, Rock. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I'm thinking that very same thing. You know, Stafford's got bad ribs. There's a couple of people not playing. There's also a COVID threat that we won't know about until Saturday night or Sunday morning. I'm definitely hopping on Tampa at 9-5 when they're in the playoffs, and I don't think they're going to be that scary, but you never know.
Yeah, I think they're going to be bucking good. All right, San Francisco is going to see Arizona, a battle out west. Arizona, I think they really need this game if they want to have any chance of a wild card. I think they're going to win this game. They're going to win by 7. San Francisco's not the team they were last year nor the beginning of this year. They've shown glimpses, but I think this is Arizona's breakout game. They're going to win by 14, Rocket. What do you think?
Well, they've got wins against Philadelphia and the Giants. They've lost to good teams, but is San Francisco a good team? I think not. Debo's out. Kittle's a question mark. I think they're going to not risk these players for next year. Yes, I agree. Arizona covers.
All right, moving on. Miami is going to see Las Vegas. Las Vegas, they're a little too far out of the race. You know, they're 2 games back from the wild card. I don't think their heart's in it anymore. Miami, they want this. They're right in the heels of the Buffalo Bills, which is not going to take the division, but they're probably in the lead for the wild card, especially if they can lock this one in. I think they're going to win big here in Las Vegas. I think they win by, I'll say a touchdown, Rock. What do you think?
I think that 2 is 5-2 in his last 7 games, and Vegas hasn't looked good. Is Mariota going to play with those wheels? That's certainly different. Car's okay, but are they going to cover the 3? Yes, they will.
Alrighty.
Excuse me.
No problem. We're moving on to Cleveland. Cleveland are going to see the Jets.
Cleveland rocks.
Cleveland, I think they need this one. You know, they're a game or 2 behind the Steelers. They really want Baltimore to lose, but they need to go ahead and get past the Jets. The Jets, since they gave up they got their first win, they gave up their first round pick. Yep. That puts Jacksonville in first for the first pick. So I think the Jets, they're playing for pride. They might cover the 9 points here just because they're playing with heart now that they have a win. So I like Cleveland, but 9.5's a lot, Rock. What do you think?
Okay. Cleveland's won 5 of the last 6 with a Baltimore loss, which was one of the best games of the year. So, speaking of, I just want to, yes, they're going to cover the 9.5. But I want to talk about the 4 big upsets. Giants beating Seattle, Washington beating Pittsburgh, Philadelphia beating New Orleans, Cincinnati beating Pittsburgh. What's up with that? Can you figure that out?
I think Big Ben's in a slump.
Well, we're going to get to Pittsburgh. Don't worry about that. But, by the way, Cleveland is going to win that division because they played Pittsburgh the last game of the year. Okay. And Pittsburgh's going to lose one of these 2 games. And you heard it first. Go ahead. Next game.
All right, moving on. The Bears are going down to Florida to catch some sun. I think they're going to go ahead and win this game by 10. They're going to cover the 7.5. Jacksonville, they haven't won a game since week 1. I don't think this is going to be their week. Chicago's hitting the stride. Trubisky's back, and he's looking like he's a little more wholesome.
Okay,
what do you think?
I'll buy that. My thought is Jacksonville and Cincinnati are tied for the number 1 first pick, and
not true.
And I know that. And if I don't think that Jacksonville wants to win because they get the first pick.
Yes, I think they're going to intentionally lay down.
And I think the Bears will go ahead and cover by 7.
All right, so we agree they're going to win and cover. The next game, Atlanta is going to see Kansas City. Kansas City, they've been emotional. They've been on a win streak for a long time now. I think they're going to win this game, but I think it's going to be close. I think it might be a field goal here.
Okay,
I think Atlanta's going to sneak up because Kansas City, I think they're relaxing, looking towards the playoffs. They already clinched. Rock, what do you think?
All right, what the press has said is, boy, Kansas City hasn't looked very sharp lately. This is a national game. If it was in Atlanta, I might think so, but Kansas City has slacked off some. I think they're going to win this one big. Atlanta played well without Julio last week. They didn't win, but they were at home. And even though there's not a crowd per se, I say Kansas City by 14.
All right, so we're different. You say we both say win, but you think they're not. You think they're going to cover. I don't think they're going to cover. I think Atlanta's going to sneak up.
Okay, cool.
Probably game of the week. Both these teams are in the mix. Indy going to see Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, their pride is a little hurt. I think they're going to come back and they're going to win this game because it's at home. Indy, they haven't looked great lately. They've been good. Phillip Rivers, he knows end of the season. Both him and Ben are in probably their last year. I think Pittsburgh's going to win this game at home. Rock, what do you think?
Not even close. Not even close. Pittsburgh's lost the last 3 games. Everybody knows they don't have a running game. They don't have an offensive line. They can't block for Ben. Ben can sidestep a little bit, but he's not the old Ben. Indy wins this game outright. It's only 1.5, but Rivers is there and Ty Hilton, and they got a running game, and they got a good defense, and they beat Pittsburgh handily.
All right, so we're different on that game.
Absolutely.
The next game, the New York Football Giants, led by Colt McCoy. I'm not really sure who's starting for them this week. Are going to see Baltimore. Baltimore, they're in the race. They're 1 game back from Cleveland, and they want to get this win. It's important to them to have any kind of wild card choice. I think Baltimore's going to win this game. They're probably going to cover the 11 points. When they're in a rhythm, they're hot. I like them to win Rock and cover Rock. What do you think?
Well, yeah, one thing that's worth noting, the defense of the Giants did shut down Seattle with that scrambling, great MVP candidate Russell Wilson. I think the Giants are going to cover the spread just because they're a proud team still.
Yeah, they might keep it close. So that's a good point. We'll see any given Sunday. Cincinnati is going to see Houston. Cincinnati is feeling good. Houston's in a slump. I like Cincinnati to win this game outright. Forget the 8 points, Rock. What do you think?
I don't have an opinion on this game simply because, since he's playing for that first-round draft pick, but Jacksonville's not going to lose either. So I'm going to take Houston, but I think since he keeps it close, they moved the ball last week versus Pittsburgh's good defense, right? And they're coming off a win, so I'm changing my mind. I'm going to pick Cincy outright.
All right, we're both at Cincy outright for the upset.
They're better enough.
All right, another one. We got Washington is hosting Carolina. I think Carolina's looking at next year. Teddy hasn't had the best season with Christian McCaffrey on the bench. Their backup running backs look good. Yep. I think they're going to have a nice 2-headed running attack next season. I think they get another receiver or they strengthen up their defense. I think Washington is looking for the playoffs. They're head of the division. If they get this one at home, that will give them a chance to win the NFC East. I like them, Rock. What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking that they're going to win the game, but there's some things worth mentioning here regarding the solid defense of Washington. And is Hastings playing? Is Alex Smith back? Hastings didn't look too bad. But I'm still going to say I agree with you without going into a whole lot of BS. Yes, Washington wins and covers, although I don't have the line written down here.
I have it at -2.5. Washington is a favorite. I think they'll win by at least a touchdown.
Take the Skins, absolutely.
All right, and AFC West showdown. We have the Denver Broncos storming into the Chargers. I think the Chargers, they look like a better team this year. And, their offense...
They're going to get better, too.
Behr, whatever his name is.
Behr.
And with Austin Eckler back, their offense is looking good. Denver's just too up and down. They're not consistent. And I think Joey Bosa had a breakout game last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? He was all over the place. I like the Chargers to win this game by 10 points, Rock. What do you think?
Well, yeah, 10.
The spread's 3.
10 points. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm saying 10. My goodness. Yeah, they're at home. Denver is unpredictable, and luck does this and they do that. And they have held some good teams tight. Certainly 10 would be too much for me, but I'll say that they're going to cover the 3 on the Chargers. And look out next year.
Yeah, look at next year.
Tough division, though.
I agree.
Tough division.
A bunch of great
Oakland,
teams.
or Vegas, Kansas City, and whoever else that is.
I think the next game is going to be interesting. Interdivision, always a good game for our homeboys.
Oh.
I think Philly's looking to put the hurts onto Dallas. I think Dallas, are they going to win at home? I hope so. I want them to go ahead and knock the Philadelphia Eagles off. Go ahead and take this interdivision game. There's always a lot of emotion here. Both these teams are kind of playing for pride at this point. I think Philly has a chance if they win out and Washington loses out. I have to look at the board, but
Okay.
I'm taking Dallas just on a home team right here, Rock. What do you think?
All right. Well, here's what I'm thinking. We have to see how good Hurts is. And the Cowboys' defense is marginal, middle of the road. So would I like to see Washington in the playoffs? Yes. Would teams be a little more afraid of Philadelphia? They get that line healthy. Hurts can run the ball. Alex Smith can't run the ball. Hastings could run the ball, but he doesn't really know what he's doing. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna take Dallas, and because they're at home and they're getting 2.5, but I think they're gonna win outright, barely.
All right, barely. All right, so they're getting points, and we're going to get another upset there. Ooh.
That's not a big one, but that's good
That's an
enough.
upset.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a money line play.
Yeah.
All right, LA Rams are going to Seattle. Well, the Rams are embarrassed.
They are.
After going to see
and
the
you know
Jets.
the theory. You're never as bad as your last bad game.
And I
Go
think
ahead.
Seattle can't lose here. I think Seattle has more on the line.
Big race.
Rams are not. They're in the middle of the pack there. Their division's too strong. Seattle needs this game, and they want momentum going into the playoffs. I think Seattle's going to win this game at home. Rock, what do you think?
Well, the Rams are 9-5 and Seattle's 10-4. So I'm not sure what the tiebreaker is, but I think that the Rams beat Seattle last time, and I think that they're going to beat them again because they're embarrassed. So I'm taking the Rams.
All right, so
and
we're
Jared Jagoff.
We're different on that game. Jack off. All right, on to the next game. Tennessee Titans
Boom!
are going to see Green Bay. It's gonna
Super
be
Bowl
ch-
preview.
Super Bowl preview, possibly.
Super Bowl
Tennessee's
preview.
tied. They're tied for first in their division. They definitely want to win, and they want Indy to lose. Green Bay, they started really hot last week, but they fizzled out in the second half. Aaron was shaking his head. I think he might be in his own head. They clinched their division. I think they might be a little too comfortable. I would like Green Bay at home, always in December, but I think Tennessee might sneak a victory out here. Rock, what do you think?
Boy, oh boy. Because the Packers have had a hard time with the run, and you got to stop the Bull Henry.
Yep.
This game, number one, is going to be an under. For sure. It's going to be 27 to 6.
Tennessee scored 40 plus last week.
Well, maybe they will. I just think they're going to try to
Green
keep.
Bay scored 21 in the
They're
first
going
half.
to try to keep Rodgers off the field, and they're going to come up with a short passing, running game and run the clock. But anyway,
See if it's a snowball.
regardless of that, this could very well be, in my opinion, the Super Bowl preview.
Okay, that's fair.
And Packers -3. Yeah, Tannehill will make a mistake. It'll be too cold out there for him. Yeah, I'll take the Packers -3.
All right, Packers -3. All right, so we'll move on to the next game, the Monday night game, interdivision. Buffalo Bills Mafia going to New England. New England's getting 7 at home. You never know with New England. Sometimes they let me down, sometimes they surprise me. I think Buffalo would love to beat New England in Foxborough on Monday night to go ahead and seal the deal. And, New England season's over with Miami win last week. Buffalo's going to win this game by 14. Rock, what do you think?
Well, here's what I think. Buffalo is going to really, really rub it in. I think that they're 11-3. Okay, they got their eye on Pittsburgh at 11-3 also. Pittsburgh drops to Indy, and all of a sudden Buffalo is competing for the number 1 seed against a weak team, and all they have to. Well, I'm sorry. Kansas City only has 1 loss, so they're not going to get the number 1 seed. Period.
Yeah.
So how
How
hard?
do you want to play in Buffalo? You don't
Yeah.
want to play in Buffalo in January.
No. Well, you don't want to play Green Bay either.
Yeah.
But yeah, who am I going to take? New England, unpredictable 7. I'd actually buy that to 6.5 and take Buffalo, but I'll take Buffalo to cover the 7.
All right, so thanks for tuning in this Christmas Eve.
Ho,
Have a Merry
ho!
Christmas and a happy holidays. We might be tuning in for week 17 on New Year's Eve. What depends on what the forecast looks like for next week, but be sure to enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas to all, and signing off.
Thank you.